What's going on, everybody? It's your man Chris is here back with another video today. I have not recorded a video per se and released it on my YouTube in a little minute, but I have been on my live streams, right? And if you guys do know, I am sort of a political channel, not 100%. I am currently mainly 100% doing astrology on this channel, and I wanted to just talk about recent news and media regarding Kanye West and his actions. I mainly have been listening to Kanye West for his music since I was a child. For his music. I remember the meme or the days where he was known for being a political activist against George Bush and going on radio shows and being called crazy. So him being in the media again for political viewpoints is nothing new. At least it's not new to me. It ain't new to me. He's been like this. He's been doing this. But the points does he say stand? Do they stand? Let me say what points stand. In that entire 3-hour interview he did on Drink Champs, one of the first ever times I fully watched Drink Champs interview, watched the whole 3 hours. Big statement he had to do against certain religious groups. Now, I don't want this video taken down, but it has to do with the Jewish community. Is the entirety of the community bad? No, not at all. Not at all. But Kanye does have a main point, and here's the main point he tried to make that people could not see. The entire media regarding music, the film industry, what else would it be? Music industry, the film industry, the news reporting stations, the corporations that own the rights to, record labels, the rights to songs, the rights to the buildings which they lease out or that they use for all of these different media-based factors. This is all astrological too, and I'm going to point it out. That's a big point of this video. The grand idea of this video is this. All of these mega corporations or big industries, pay attention to the words I'm using. Corporation, industries. That is the sign of Capricorn. Not if you're a Capricorn sun sign. The sign of Capricorn itself points to corporations. It points to industry. And when it comes to the zodiac wheel, whatever's 60 degrees away or 2 signs away from the current sign you are talking about would be its 60-degree point. Now, what does 60 degrees indicate? 60 degrees indicates a relationship aspect, a partnership aspect. So from Capricorn going to Aquarius and then Pisces. So 2 signs away from Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces is the sign of Pisces. There is a natural, fundamental principle in astrology that equates to reality, that corporations in general, naturally, this is not me making anything up, there is a natural bond between industries, corporations, bosses, landlords, all Capricorn things that I'm saying. There's a natural partnership that can be formed, a natural relationship between industry and Pisces. Now, what does Pisces indicate? Music, religion, belief. This is not mainly an astrological reading. I am not reading anybody in particular. This is called astrotheology. This is taking astrological principles and making sense of it in the actual real life reality. Not astrology per se, because I'm not using any math here or reading anybody's particular chart. This is to get everybody to know whatever corporation, business, industry that you are in, there is a natural relationship with that industry and your beliefs. You will work with or have a sort of relationship, good or bad, some sort of partnership between what you believe in and the type of business that you are associated with. That's naturally inherent. Now, depending on your individual zodiac chart, you may have difficulties there. Saturn in itself rules the 10th house. Saturn, besides indicating business, corporation, industry, it also points to pain. It points to loss, points to difficulties. Things being closed, shutting down. The sign of pain is the same sign for business. And like I said, religion is the same sign for music and is both given indication by Pisces. It just so happens in this particular instance, when Kanye is making statements that big industries have bosses or head of states or a particular religious group associated with it or in control, Capricorn, a certain religious group having control, Capricorn, of the music industry, of the movie industry, which he also mentioned in that 3-hour-long interview that most people don't understand. That's the way it's been set up to be. Not by us, but by the creator of this universe that we are currently in. Whether you believe in a God or not, this is the way the universe turns. There's a natural relationship, a natural connecting, easy flow of energy between that. And from Capricorn to Pisces, 60 degrees away from Pisces. After Pisces is Aries. After Aries is Taurus. Taurus is land. It is money. It is trading. It is all forms of commerce. What is another thing Kanye was saying in this industry, in this group, or in that interview? Corporations and industries that we are all used to, that Kanye is in himself, is controlled by a certain religious organization, or is mainly dominated by a religious organization that tends to be extremely wealthy. I am giving you the astrological breakdown of this. He's saying it to sound like he's attacking somebody. There will always and always have been in history, always have been, currently today, and always will be, a particular religious organization or multiple religious organizations, multiple musical artists, multiple doctors, lawyers, medicinal. Medicine is also indicated by Pisces as well. Medicine is indicated by Pisces as well. All forms of drugs. From drugs that will heal you, that you can get prescribed, to illegal drugs that can poison you. All of that is given indication by Pisces. They all have a relationship to business, industry, corporations, and to money, commerce, trading, exchange. The relationship between Capricorn to Taurus is called a trine, which means an easy flowing aspect. The 60-degree aspect between all three of those signs is a sextile, which means there's a sort of partnership aspect. Taurus is ruled by the planet Venus. The same things you can say about a 60-degree aspect, you can say about Taurus, and you could also say about the planet Venus. Relationships, and Libra as well, because that's also ruled by Venus. So relationships, partnerships, commerce, trade, anything having to do with income. This is not to attack anybody. This is how the world works. This is how the world works. All throughout history, doesn't matter where you want to look to, any religious society, organization today will have some hand or some doing in a corporation or a business of some sort of organization, a conglomerate per se, if you want to use that word, and it will always have a connection to the money, commerce, exchange, and another big word for Taurus, the land, the ownership of the land and property around it. And that's only 3 signs I went over. And it starts to make sense when you think about it. Let's not talk about the Jewish community. Let's talk about the Catholic community for a second. Doesn't the Pope in Rome, Italy, isn't, that religious organization? Isn't all religions have some sort of organizational structure to them? If you don't want to say business, you don't have to. All religions have an organizational structure to them. That is also Capricorn. And all religions who are well organized tend to have an expand of land that they hold for their self. You always hear the term holy land. That is Pisces and Taurus. Holy land. All forms of religions today have some sort of holy land that they will call or claim to be their own. All religious organizations claim to have some sort of land that they call their own. That's astrological in nature. So when Kanye is talking about this religious organization, even though you do not like particularly what he had to say about said organization or structure, and you may not agree with everything that he may have said about organizations, I told you, not all religions are bad per se. Not all people in said religion are the cause of problems per se. But all religions, all musical industries, all medical industries have a relationship in some way, shape, or form, good and bad, to organizational structures, to businesses, to corporations, and to trade, commerce, the exchange of money, valuable systems, values in general. All religions have their own morality system, which is also Venus, and have some sort of land that they have control over. And I only went over 3 out of 12 zodiac signs just to show you the relationship. So you do not agree with everything Kanye says, particularly about said community? You don't have to. The underlying principle of what he's saying is 100% true. 100% true. You can't deny that. And I didn't even use specific astrology. This is astrotheology based on astrology, just to give a off the top understanding of why things are the way that they are. It's natural. Religions are supposed to have access to an organizational structure for them to thrive, and they're supposed to have land and be able to trade within their own communities. They're supposed to. That is not the main issue we had. He's saying this particular community is not going on the positive side, but on the negative side, and is affecting people of color. That is what you want to debate. There should be no debate that a religious community, particularly just this one in particular, has access or is in or has multiple connections to organizational structures, including businesses, corporations, conglomerates, and they have access to land, money, resources as well. That is an undeniable fact. Undeniable fact. Undeniable. If you want to say what he's doing to the black community is or isn't, or what that religious community is doing to said race is a bad thing, I would urge you as an individual to do your research. Do your research. Do your research. Whatever he was saying besides that, too, what he had to do is he had some comments about, fun times he had with Jewish people in his family, in his community. He had comments about certain rappers. He had current comments about his campaign that is going on. And he learned from one of the people at Drink Champs that he needs to articulate more. He needs to articulate more. Not only do I say he would have to articulate more, if he's going to make this point, which, if you want my honest opinion, again, do your research and then you will see the facts. That's all I will say to you. Do your research. He doesn't necessarily need to learn astrology, but if he's going to go down this route and use it as a method to use in his campaign for president in 2024, he is going to have to be able to list out names, corporations, and have dates for when things are happening, and be able to put pieces together for people to ask questions, to be like, ain't that kind of suspicious? How this person at this place at this time did this, and then when this happened, they didn't say anything about it, and it's currently happening still to this day. He's gonna have to fill in those blanks, not me. I already told you the basis of what he's talking about is hard encoded into the life that we live. It's basically biblical. There's no denying that. And I'm gonna say it again for the final time so nobody gets confused. Religious organizations, music industries, even medical too, which he did not talk about, but I'm giving you more information. Music, religion, medical is all indicated by Pisces, and it has a relationship to, a partnership with, all of these keywords, to industry, to organizations, to business, and it also has a relationship and partnership to commerce, to values, to morality, to the land and the ownership of land. These are, if you have these things, you are a religious system, you are a musical industry, you are a medical industry. These are things that will naturally come, naturally and easily run by you. So he's not wrong about the overall general statement he said about said community and about the music industry. Not at all. His particular take on who is causing these problems and why it's causing these and why they've been causing these problems, you would have to do your research yourself. And I would implore Kanye in himself to start listing some names. Listen some names, getting some dates, and formulate a question with his Gemini having self that make it easy for the average listener who doesn't know anything to want to ask a question that you can particularly answer. But that has been my take on it. Give you a brief astrotheological breakdown. Catch y'all next time.